Hey you guys, it's Mandy here. Thanks for stopping by to my music menu. This is going to be a little bit of a different type of video I'm showing this week. Feel free to guess who you think the band and the song is being referenced here. If you make your guesses in the comment section, if you guess correctly, I will give you a shout out in the next video. I am proud to present not only my first interview on the show, but the interviewee just so happens to be one of my best friends. Everyone, please welcome my friend, Nadia Sinno.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be a part of your show.
Just to keep you guys, the viewers in mind, I will be looking down sometimes. That's just me writing notes down based on the responses that Nadia is sharing. Just a quick background information. So I met Nadia in grad school, where we were in the same teaching credential program at CSU San Marcos. That's actually where I got my bachelor's degree from. However, Nadia got her bachelor's degree from CSU Channel Islands. Here, I have a couple questions for you, Nadia. What were your general experiences as a student at CSU Channel Islands?
So I was nervous to go to college, but one of our neighbors actually shared with me that CSU Channel Islands was a smaller school where the teachers actually knew your name. It was still being built up. Used to be a former mental institution for psychiatric adolescents. It was a really great experience for me because I could walk down, the tree-lined quad, and I would see a lot of these just beautiful older buildings that were deserted. We even got to explore some of these buildings, go inside them. The campus had a lot of mystery. It was an amazing experience.
Whoa, okay, so you were able to go into some of the abandoned buildings?
Yeah, we got to explore. Some of the doors were unlocked, and so we would go in there holding our breath, obviously, because of the asbestos. It was really kind of eerie, kind of magical too, because there were some locked courtyards, beautiful just plants growing that you could see through the windows, and it just gave it really a awesome vibe.
So when you were saying it was eerie, what was eerie about going into some of these buildings?
A lot of what was left was still there. Like there were old sinks with, I don't know what was splattered in them, but you could still see curtains hanging from the windows. Buildings were designed in a straight line so that the tunnels underneath the buildings they could actually wheel the patients down without having to go across corners. So the whole bell tower was created so they could wheel the patients down. And I know for a fact there are tunnels underneath some of the buildings. Unfortunately, I was unable to go in them. I know one Halloween they were going to have a view of some of the tunnels, but then they canceled last minute, unfortunately. But another creepy fact is there's underneath the new library, there actually is the morgue.
What?
Down below. Yes.
What?
Down below the library. They're actually level, I don't know what, 1 or 2. We could never go down there. There's still the placard that shows it was an adolescent treatment center, and a lot of people say it's still haunted to this day. I'm sure now they've really changed the campus, but back when I went, a lot of the buildings were still like random lights would go on, doors would be open, broken windows. We would only explore during the daytime. We never went at night because it felt too eerie.
For Halloween, there was going to be an event going through the tunnels, right? Now, do you know why they canceled?
I think they realized it was too dangerous. It just wasn't really facilitated enough to actually allow safe passage into these tunnels. A lot of the buildings were deserted on the campus, and 2 out of the many buildings were created into dorms that I stayed in. Beautiful dorms. And a beautiful campus. I did enjoy the courtyards. We even found a bowling alley. It was a locked bowling alley with 3 lanes. Looked through the window and there was the pins. Some of the pins were knocked down. And it was really interesting. I felt like we just explored so many things. And there were beautiful murals too.
Do you remember some of the murals that stood out?
There were maybe some angels, a lot of blue. It looked like people were in clouds.
With these murals, were these done by students, or were there artists that came to your school?
A lot of the murals were made in the locked areas, but I think maybe they were done by either the nurses on staff or the patients. Creepy fact, the movie The Ring with the well.
Creepy movie.
Yeah, there actually is the well from The Ring up on my campus. It's an actual well on a hill, kind of really close to campus. You know, you could walk up, it's kind of a short hike, but you get up there and yeah, there's the well. My campus, I think, inspired a lot of paranormal movies and songs.
Did you ever experience any paranormal, activity going on when you were a student there?
Yeah, so, okay, when I would be done with my art class and I would be walking down these beautiful tree-lined walkways, I would always face these the whole row facing me was abandoned, all the buildings. And every night, I don't know, I would see a light would turn on. I don't know who would turn the lights on because nobody occupied those buildings. They didn't have classes in there. People weren't living in there in those dorms. It was just empty and deserted. But lights would go on at odd hours. The light would turn on and windows would be opened, cracked open. So it was eerie. Like it felt like who was turning on, because they didn't just randomly turn on a light, all throughout the campus. The lights were on in the dining area and in the dorms, but this whole row was deserted. No professors lived there. And so it was weird that lights would go on occasionally when I would go home at 4 or 6 p.m. Yeah. So there were definitely weird feelings. And there were eerie, when my friends and I, we would go exploring around the late afternoon. It was creepy. There were I remember these heavy gates, and who knows what was behind there. Like a lot of things we couldn't explore because they were locked or behind barred gates. And so one of my friends, broke her glasses because she was freaked out. She ran and her glasses fell and she broke her glasses. But I mean, it was a lot of, there's a lot of history behind it. Like if anyone is looking to go to school, to college, I would recommend CSUCI just because it's beautiful architecture, kind of Spanish style, small class sizes, wonderful dorms, and just wonderful history.
Well, thank you, Nadia, for answering these questions and being, my guest on the show. Also, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're still seeing that red word beneath this video that says subscribe, go ahead and click on that, and then also click on the bell so then you can get access to this video and all the previous videos as well as upcoming videos. And the thing is, you don't want to miss out because the next video that I do might be one of your favorite songs. So thank you so much for watching. See you next time.
Bye, everyone.